What's up, fellow preppers? Army Vet Florida Prepper, and today we're going to be talking about these two hurricanes that are heading towards the Gulf. What's up, fellow preppers? Today is Saturday, August the 22nd, and it is exactly 22:55 at night. It's 10:55 at night for those that don't know, understand the 24-hour clock. Behind me, I have a little bit different backdrop. I have pulled up NOAA and then Weather Channel so I can keep close tabs on Marco and Laura, the tropical storms that are heading towards the Gulf Coast. We have in the mist right now two separate storm cells that are heading in almost the same direction. It looks like as of right now they're heading straight for New Orleans. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone in Florida gets to relax. Things can change overnight. We've seen it before plenty of times with other hurricane cells. They could shift at any time. So I just want to put out there that now is the time to be prepping if you haven't done it already. We've already lost a couple transformers where I'm at because the spin-off storms that come from these hurricanes, they're going to be pretty close that we're going to get little things that are going to happen, little storm cells are going to pop up. That doesn't mean that you need to be prepared for 14 days being gone. Speaking of which, if you are, go ahead and hit this link right here, and you'll be able to see that video I made. But it doesn't mean you have to be prepared for that, but you have to be prepared for strong storm cells that are going to formulate and come over the peninsula of Florida. Those of you in the panhandle, you need to be a little bit more prepared because the storms could track to the right. It has happened before. Though looking at some of the models that I have up here, and you can go to the Weather Channel and check this out. I don't have my computer set up yet for screen record, so it's not going to happen, but we have Marco, which is going to make a left and head more towards the west side of Louisiana, and Laura now is projected to hit right around New Orleans and then head northeast. So that's already changed a lot just in today. It went from separate to crossing to, almost like same path to now kind of like two different things. So you really don't know what these storm cells are going to do until they actually make landfall. Then from there, they start to slow down and break up and move on and turn into regular, storms moving across the land. Well, Marco's not too far away from becoming a Category 1, and Laura still has some time to go before it actually becomes a full-fledged hurricane. So it's very crucial to make sure you have everything ready to go in case of any scenario that might come from a hurricane. So whether you have your 14-day survival plan after the hurricane, or if you're ready to bug out, or just having some extra water. For those in the peninsula, it's looking like it's not going to hit us. It still could. I'm not a meteorologist by any chance, so you never know. But to be prepared is the biggest thing. I'm safe to say that I'm not that worried about it, but the weather that's going to come off of it is going to make for some, harsh, fun weather, I guess you could say. If you haven't gone to the store and got your preps, and if you're living in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas was on the board there for a little bit for Marco actually going straight into Texas, into the east side of Texas there. You need to go out and get preps if you don't have them. Hopefully you do already. Be prepared, get fuel, get anything you might need now, as everybody's starting to go out and they're going to start panic buying, and you're going to get even less stuff on the shelf that you can go and purchase. There's no time better than right now if you haven't prepared to go get prepared, because even though it's showing only Category 1, 80-mile-an-hour sustained winds is more than enough to be able to do some damage. It will knock down power lines, trees. You're going to have high water. You're going to have to worry about the storm surge, everything that's going to be coming in. Category 1 can still do a lot of damage, so don't push it off as just a normal storm. You never know. It is also Marco's about to go over the actual Gulf Stream, and it's going to hit warm water, which could intensify it. It's pretty much where they're projecting it to become a Category 1, so as it moves through the Gulf Coast, hopefully it doesn't wind up becoming anything more than that. Laura, though, is still kind of hard to say. It has to make it over Cuba. I believe it's right at Puerto Rico right now. Yeah, so it's tracking to go straight over the top of Puerto Rico and Cuba. Is that Dominican Republic? It's just past Puerto Rico right now, it's going over the Dominican Republic. If it continues on that path over Cuba, it's not going to have a whole lot of time to intensify to become anything crazy of a hurricane, because it's going to be over land. It needs to be over the water for it to get worse. So once it drops off of Cuba, it's going to then hit the Gulf Stream and the warm water, which means that it will be able to start picking up strength and power. They're still projecting it to only be a Category 1, so that's good. Hopefully things don't change as it has before in the past with other hurricanes, where they hit the warm waters and they become a Category 3 overnight. It's showing that it's going to hit New Orleans. One's going to hit New Orleans on Tuesday, and the other one is going to hit on... It's showing Marco is actually only going to be a tropical storm, so you just recently updated here, hitting New Orleans on the 24th of August at 8 p.m. So that's at night. So you have a tropical storm that's going to come over, which can still do a lot of damage. It's going to come over at nighttime, which means power outages, everything, you're not going to be able to see. So flashlights, batteries, external power sources, keep those in mind. And Laura, it's showing on the 26th, it's going to hit at 08. Hold on a second here. So kind of crazy what I've just noticed on that. So they're showing Category 1 for Marco as it hits on Monday, but then it immediately drops down to tropical storm. So it's going to be hitting the coast as a Category 1. So it's going to have those strong winds that are going to be 10 to 15 miles per hour more than a high-end tropical storm. It's going to drop off right away because it's not going to have time to build the intensity. And it's showing Laura that's going to hit on Wednesday at about 8 p.m. So they're only tracking off of each other about 48 hours. So you're going to have a double hit in the same area. Marco's going to be a little bit on the east side of New Orleans, and Laura is going to be looking like it's going to be on the west side as of right now. Now, it could change. I might put out another video if we have a drastic change or development. But you're going to see these storms coming, and they're going to essentially literally almost 48 hours from each other. One's going to hit, another one's going to hit, but it's showing Laura's actually going to hit and stay Category 1 as it moves on shore, then begin to downgrade and break apart as it doesn't have the water to feed it anymore. So this is kind of unique we have going on. A lot of people are saying like, oh, the storm cells could mix. They're about 48 hours behind each other, so we're not going to see any kind of supercell happening here. The theoretical idea that two hurricanes would mesh together and make one giant one. I don't think we're going to see anything close to that unless for some reason, which is nothing that's happened, and in the links below I'll have links to the history on hurricanes for Florida, where hurricanes have stalled out, had time to pick up speed. So we really don't know what's going to go on. I just want to throw this out there for those that might be new to the whole hurricane, that have never dealt with one before. It's a little bit scary, but you'll make it through. Keep an eye on the weather. Listen to the local broadcast. If they tell you need to evacuate, please evacuate. It's heading towards New Orleans. My heart goes out to you guys. It's definitely not easy for you guys to deal with hurricanes. I understand that. Still just the devastation from Katrina and everything. So hopefully, luckily, these aren't going to be Category 3s or 4s. I hope everything fares well for everyone out there. I hope everyone is safe wherever these go. I'm going to try to keep posting videos as I watch these cells as they move along, if anything drastic changes or happens. So if you like what's going on, you like getting the updates, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, click on notifications, share me, whatever you need to do. Get it out there. If you like it, I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to stay on top of this as best as possible. And be prepared. Be ready. It's the best thing you have going for you when you're dealing with storms like this. So, this is Army Vet, Florida Prepper, out.